What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In today's lower body sequence, we're going to be focusing on hip flexion, abduction, and external rotation. So those three motions of the hip, very essential for helping your hip stay nice and limber. This is especially useful if you are trying to improve the bottom of your squat position. Being able to access this is going to require you have that hip flexion, abduction, external rotation that I just mentioned, and this sequence is something that you can start to work on and improve those positions. So to begin, we're actually going to begin in the 90-90, and we're going to start by getting the left leg in front. Right leg is going to be the trail leg to start, and we're going to begin by using the 90-90 to get into a nice passive stretch for the lead leg. So your left leg is in front. I want you to take your left hand, grab your left ankle, drop your left elbow onto your knee, and then from here you can use your other hand to also grab your left ankle, and you're going to take 5 breaths. So we're going to do this together. You're going to take a nice big breath in, and on the exhale, bring your chest towards your left foot. If you'd like, you can slide this trail leg back to help you increase the stretch inside of the hip. Take that second breath, inhale, exhale. 3 more, inhale, exhale. And every exhale, we're just trying to go a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. And we're going to go 2 more, in, out. And last one, inhale, and exhale. Okay, so we just did 5 breaths for that external rotation passive stretch. So we're going to do an isometric movement path from this 90-90 to the next. So we're going to take both our hands, put them behind you if you'd like, and you're a little more advanced, you can keep them out in front. But I'm going to stick my hands, put them behind me, and I'm going to open up my trail hip, and I'm going to stop when I hit my sticking point. So right now, left leg is still down, right knee is up away from the floor, and you're going to slowly start to roll over onto the right hip as you continue to separate your hips and knees as far away from each other as possible. And you're going to keep separating your knees as you slowly transition into the next 90-90. Now your right leg is the lead leg, your left leg is the trail leg. And so we just did a passive stretch for the left hip in the other 90-90. Now we're going to do an active hinge with this same left hip, okay? So take both your hands, put them on the ground in front of you, and you're going to slowly open up that trail hip, and you're going to try and flatten that foot onto the ground, and then you come back down. That's 1. We're going to go 10 repetitions. Open up, back down. That's 2. You're going to try and stay nice and tall as you open up. You can let your torso rotate a little bit, and down. 3. And every rep, you're trying to crank it a little bit more. Open. 4, and open, push a little further, 5. Now in these next 5, if you'd like, you can use this left hand, open up for the 6th one, use this left hand to push a little further, 6, and open, rotate the torso a little bit if you need, crank that hip open, 7, last 3, open, 8, 9, and we're going to go 1 more, and open up, push, 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 and 10. That's going to allow us to stay in this position. Now we're going to repeat that same little sequence for this right hip. Right hand goes on the ankle, right elbow onto the knee, other hand on the ankle again, and you're just going to lean forward into a good hip stretch. Again, open up this trail hip to get a little bit more winding up of the stretch in the hips, and then we're going to slowly lean And we're gonna go 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Wiggle around here in the stretch, explore that or those lines of tension. Inhale and exhale. And every time you exhale, you go a little bit deeper. Inhale and exhale. Last 2, in and out. Last 1, inhale and exhale. All right, so just like last time, we're going to do another isometric movement path. So hands go behind you. You're going to take this left hip or left knee. You're going to open it up, flatten that left foot on the ground, keep your right knee down as long as you can. Once you've engaged that barrier or that limit, you're going to keep separating your knees as you slowly roll onto the left hip, but you're prying your hips apart the whole time. You're pushing them apart. You're pushing them apart as you continue to transition until you're on to the other side. And from here, we're going to do those same hinges. So now we're going to go 10 hinges for the right hip, okay? So your hands can stay on the ground here, and then you're going to slowly open up that trail hinge and then back down. That's 1. We're going 10 repetitions. Open up. Down. 2. Open. Down. 3. And remember, every rep you go a little bit further. Push, push, push. Down. 4. 5. And on these last 5, if you'd like, you can use your right hand to pry open a little bit more. 6. And open. 7. 8. Last 2. And open up. 9. And let's finish up here. 10. Good. Okay? We're going to repeat that on both sides 1 more time. So let's get a good stretch on the left hip. Grab the ankle. We're going to go through this fairly quickly now that you know what you're doing. Let's lean forward. Engage that stretch. 5 breaths. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. And last 1. Inhale. And exhale. Hands go back behind you. Remember to check your angles. You're 90 degrees with your left, 90 degrees with your right. Between the 2 thighs, you're at 90 degrees as well. And we're going to do an iso MP again. Open up that right hip. And push and pry your hips apart. And once you're on the other side, we're going to get right into those hinges for the trail hip. And open up. Use your hand if you need to. Down. That's 1. We're going 10 repetitions. Open up. Down. That's 2. 3. 4. You should notice you're getting a little more range every rep as you start to get warmer and warmer. 5. 6. Doing really nicely here. Keep that chest tall. Open up. 7. Remember, you're still digging this right knee down into the ground. Open, open. 8. Last 2. 9. Last 1. Here we go. Open. and 10. And while we're here, we're gonna grab that right ankle with that right hand, drop that right elbow, slide that left leg back if you want a deeper stretch. And let's get into the stretch as we lean towards that right foot. And again, you'll notice you get a little more depth here, okay? As you get more depth, make sure you breathe and exhale nice and slowly. Ready, inhale. And exhale. That's one. Out. 2, in. Out. 3. 4, and last one, inhale. And out. 5. We're going to transition again. Hands go behind you. Open that left hip. And start to roll towards that left side. As you continue to separate your knees, keep pushing apart, keep pushing apart. And once you're back in that 90-90, we're going to do one last set of hinges for this right hip that we just finished stretching, okay? So, same thing, open this right knee off of the floor, push, 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 and down. That's one. We're going to go 10 reps. Ready? Open, and down. 2. Get a little more range, open, down. 3. 4. 5. Again, use that hand if you need to help get a little more range. Consider it like an active assist here. 6, and last 4. As you push this right knee open, drive that left knee down. 7. 8, and last 2. 9, last one. Open, open, open. And 10. Ooh, that gets spicy towards the end. Slowly come off of that. And grab a seat, chill out for a couple seconds. So that was the first superset. We did a external rotation stretch, isometric movement path, and then we went right into hinges for that same hip, except that hip was the trail leg after that iso MP, right? Then we repeated on the other side, and we did that 2 rounds. So we're going to do something similar now. For this second superset, or these back-to-back exercises, we're going to be focusing on the lunge position, and we're going to be working on hip flexion and adduction. So basically, we're going to be targeting a lot of stuff on the inside of the hip for this, okay? So let's get into the deep lunge stretch, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to go on all fours. And then from this all fours position, we're going to go left hip up first, okay? So we're going to take your left foot, put it next to your left hand, okay? So I'm actually going to flip over so you can better see. So you're going to take your left foot, put it next to your left hand, and then you're going to slide the right leg back. And from here, you're simply going to drop down by sliding your hands away from you or in front of you until you get a really, really good stretch in this hip or on this area. You'll even feel it on the inside of the thigh, okay? It's okay if you can't go too far. If you need to, you can use yoga blocks to put them under your hands to give you more support. But your goal is eventually to be able to drop your chest below the level of your thigh. That's a good indicator of how much range and extensibility you have in this area. And so from here, we're just going to hold the stretch for 5 breaths. We're going to take a nice big breath in. Exhale. Sink deeper if you can. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. In. Out. In. Out. And last one, inhale. And shimmy your way a little deeper. Good. And you might have noticed as you go further and further, this knee wants to come out more and more. So that's okay. You should feel a deeper stretch as you do that. So from here, we're going to do hinges as well in this position, except I'm going to be facing this way so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to have my hands on the ground, and my hip, I'm going to try and hinge out and hinge in, okay? Hinge out and hinge in. So instead of hinging open here, just like we did in the 90-90, now we're hinging in this hip flex position like that. So you're gonna start with your foot flat, your shin vertical, and we're gonna go 10 repetitions. Ready? Roll out to the side, come back, that's 1, and nothing moves but that hip. Roll on towards the outside of that foot, knee comes away from that left arm a little further, back in, 2, out, 3, out, 4, and you're trying to go a little further every time, 5, 5 more, 6, if you'd like, you can take your left hand, push out, roll, 7, 3 more, really get that active range, 8, because you're really using the stuff on the outside of the hip to get some of that motion. Last 2, roll out, roll out, roll out, 9, and last 1. And back down, 10. Now if this is too uncomfortable because you don't have the range of motion in your ankle and you feel like it's a little sharp on the outside of your foot, just keep your foot flat and then rotate the knee as far as you can tolerate. That's fine too. And so now we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna flip back over here and we're gonna go right foot up, slide that left thigh back, adjust your hands, get a good stretch, and we're gonna sink into the stretch. And we are gonna go 5 breaths. Ready? Inhale and exhale. In, out, in, out. Last 2. Inhale. Let that knee roll out. And last 1. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's come back. I'm going to stay facing this way. You understand what we're trying to do. We're basically going to let this knee come out, okay? So we're going to do 10 hinges with this right hip. Ready? Open up. Roll to the outside. It's 1. Roll. 2. Open. 3. 4. I definitely recommend you have something soft. I have my rug here to help cushion my foot, but make sure you get a towel or something if this is uncomfortable. 5. 5 more, open up. 6, every time you open, you're also driving your hip down towards the ground. That's going to help you get a little more range or stretch. 7, last 3, open. 8, 9, the last one, open up, push, 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 and 10. Ooh, slowly come off that. And we're gonna go 1 more round each hip, okay? So switch, back to the left side. Left foot up. And we're gonna slowly get into the stretch again. 5 breaths. Try and get a little deeper. Inhale and exhale. In, out, in, out. Last 2, in, out. And last one, inhale and exhale. Okay, here we go. 10 reps on these hinges. Hands are straight. And open that knee. 1, 2. We're going to do 10 total, okay? Open. 3. Push that knee out. Roll to the outside of your foot. 4. If you'd like, you can also turn the foot out. That helps a little bit too. Open. 5. 6. Open. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. Last 1. Here we go. Open up. Roll that foot out. And 10. Good. Ooh. And we're going to switch for the last set on this right hip. And let's get ourselves set up. All fours. Right foot up. Slide the left leg back. Down into the stretch. And again, let that knee collapse out to the side. And 5 breaths. Ready? And inhale. And melt away. In. Out. In. Out. Last 2. Inhale. And last one. Ready. Inhale. Good. Back off of that stretch. And to finish up, we're going to do these last 10 reps. Again, focus on staying nice and rigid through the torso. Hip is going to open up. Ready? Open. Close. That's 1. Out. In. 2. Out. Push that range. Open that hip. 3. Remember, it's an active contraction of the stuff here in the hip that helps you push this knee out. 4. And open up. 5. 6. Last 4. Open, open, open. 7. 8. Last 2. Open. 9. And last one of the day. Push. And 10. Oof. Slowly come off of that. Oh, and grab a seat. And let's just finish up nice and relaxed. For this, you can cross your legs. You can lay flat on your back, whatever you want. We're just going to take 5 breaths, nice and slowly. Close your eyes. Keep them open, whatever you want. I just want you to be nice and loose and relaxed. So we're going to take a nice inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Last 2. In. Out. Last one. Awesome job. Let's do a quick recap. Again, first superset, we did that 90-90 ER stretch, ISO-MP where we transitioned, then we did hinges for that same hip. We repeated that on the other side and did that 2 rounds. Then we went into the lunge stretch, so we did the lunge stretch with the 5 breaths. Then we did those hinges. And so that's only a superset of 2 exercises, right? And then we repeated that twice, and we made sure we covered all the areas of the hip on or during the sequence. I really hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time, and till then, peace.